Good morning, students. In our last lecture, we had studied about chapter number 1 and what is a crop. That means growing a same kind of plant or same kind of plantation in a large area. So that is crop. Now after that we had studied about the seasonal plants. That means we had classified our crop into two types. First is kharif crop and second is rabi crop. That you also know, right? So now we had discussed about agricultural practices. So in agricultural development, if I want to develop some farmland or else, so we need to go through steps, various steps, and the first step is preparation of soil. Now before growing the crop, preparation of soil step is very important and very crucial for the very nice and fine development of the crop. Now, why preparation of soil is required? To loosening of soil. So loosening of soil is very important because if the soil is so hard, then we had to apply some watering or irrigation practices to become loosening of the soil, and that is why loosening of soil is very important and crucial. Because of the loosening, the root of plants are also penetrated, easily go inside the soil, and growth is very, we can see the growth is very important. Now allow to growth of life, because see, whenever we are tilting a soil, that means digging a soil, at that time atmospheric oxygen again mixed with soil. So where oxygen is there, life is there. So जैसे ही हम शुरू करेंगे this process, a growth of life will be started. Now support plant growth. This soil become very loose, very easy to grow plants, so plants they can make a support. Now this all process is known as tilling and plowing. Tilling means what? We just dug out lower soil to up and upper soil to low. This process, the exchange of the place of the soil, that process is called as tilling and plowing. Make sure, if the definition will be asked, then you should you should all cover these points in that definition. That is very crucial. Now this is a preparatory phase, but for this preparation we require certain instrument, and this instrument we can call as plow. In earlier time, so many farmers they are using plow for the tilling and plowing purpose. Now coming to the first, that means need to add water into the soil to become soft. As earlier we had discussed, if the soil is so hard, then we should apply some irrigation practices, we should give some water to become softer. अगर वो soft हो गया, then and then only we can do this tilling and plowing process. Now crumbs, that means a big stone like structure of soil that are there if the soil is very hard. If the soil is very hard, then we should apply plow, and then these crumbs are also be seen. So crumbs is, that means big pieces of soil, and that big pieces of soil should be break down with plank. Again, this is a second instrument, plank. Remember, plow is useful for tilting of soil. That means changing a place of the upper surface of the crust. Second is plank. This plank is only used to break down the crumbs, because if we can't break down the crumbs, then no growth will be occur, and root penetrations are also obstacles. Now the third one, leveling. Leveling means what? If we changing soils layers place, then there should be some level, because if we want to grow some plant, we want to apply some fertilizer, that's why we require some leveling. So leveling of soil for sowing and irrigation, this is very important topic or very important step, that we should level that soil, that agricultural field, and that agricultural field leveling is done by this instrument called leveler. See, in this soil preparation of soil phase, we require major three instruments. Again, revise all these things. First is plow. Plow means the process of tilting and plowing, and that process is required plow. We will be studying about the structure of plow and how to use a plow in our in this session also. Now, the first step, if the soil is very hard, we need to give irrigation techniques, or we need to give water to the soil to become softer. So, need to add water into the soil to become soft. That is first step. Now, the second step is crumbs. If we are going to digging the soil, then crumbs are there. So, crumbs, what is crumbs? Crumbs are a big pieces of soil and that need to be break down. If that didn't break down, so soil penetration of roots will not occur, and then loosening of soil also not occur, and that's why the growth of our organisms are also stopped. Third and most important point is leveling. We should level that area, right? And that is done through leveler, and this leveling is required for sowing and irrigation purpose. I think you must be clear with this point. Now, the next point is before tilling and manure also added for the proper mixing. See, if we are going to apply water for the smoothing of surface, then also add manure also. Why? Because with the help of plow, what happened? Pura mix hoga. So also manure get mixed with that soil, and that is very beneficial process for the farmers कि उसको ज़्यादा मेहनत नहीं करनी पड़ेगी next process. Now again new topic is agricultural implements. Agricultural implements means what? Day by day science developed. So according to the development, agricultural field also developed. So here we are discussing about what are the instruments that are used right now and what were the instruments that we had used in our past life. So first, various tools are used for agricultural practices. So we are discussing about main three instruments, that is plow, hoe and cultivator. Again, plow, remember we had discussed plow is useful for tilling and loosening of soil. Very good. Hoe and cultivator, that we had discussed in our next session. First is plow. Plow. Earlier time, very useful instrument, because earlier time we don't have that tractor kind of structure for tilling and changing of soil layer. Now, what is its structure? See, this is a beam, and this beam is made up of wooden, right? Very good. Here, one slender wood is there to attach with any bull, horse or cow, whatever farmers they are using. So this is beam first structure. Now second, this beam is also called as plow shaft. Remember one thing, this beam is plow shaft. Coming to the lower, this is a triangular structure. And this triangular structure, this portion is made up of iron rod. Why? Because if in plowing, or if we are plow some field, there must be some hard surface are there in the level of crust. So we need to break down oil, और उसकी वजह से हमारा प्लॉ भी टूटना नहीं चाहिए. That's why we require some iron rod like structure, and this triangular structure we can call as plow shaft. Again, triangular structure, plow shaft, and anterior part, it is made up of iron strip, and you know why iron strip is required. This one is plow shaft and this is beam. Beam is useful for attachment of the animal. So if you have any confusion, you can ask me. Again we will revise all these things. we had discussed about agricultural practices, in which our first step is preparation of soil. Preparation of soil means loosening of soil, and you know how to lose a soil. Because of loosening of soil, we can allow the growth of life. Life means microorganism, bacteria, viruses, and main important animal is, you know that, friend of farmer. What we can say is earthworm. Very nice. So earthworm is very required to fertilize our land. Now, penetration of root. This is very important. If the soil is very hard, root cannot penetrate, and if root cannot penetrate, the growth of plant will not occur. Next is support plant growth. Same. This process we can call as tilling and plowing. And this plowing process we can does or do through plow. This is a first instrument in preparation of soil, plow. So first we need to add water into the soil if soil is very hard. Otherwise no need to give irrigation support. Second is crumbs. You know crumbs is a big pieces of soil and that need to be break down with plank. This is a second instrument in the preparation of soil wala phase. Now the third one is leveling. Leveling is very require and very essential. For that we require leveler, right? Now before tilling, manure are added. So with the help of tilling, manure also mixed with soil. So no other extra efforts can do. Now again, agricultural implementation. Various tools are useful for our agricultural land for development of agricultural crop. First is plow. Plow is very useful in earlier time, and the structure of plow is like this. You can see. If the question will be asked in your exam that write down about the function of plow, then you need to draw this diagram. See very carefully. This is beam और यहाँ से हम bull के साथ attach कर सकते हैं. This portion is plow shaft and this portion will be made of wooden. This is a triangular shape and this triangular shape is called as plow shaft. But the anterior part is made up of iron strip, and you know why iron strip is required. Now, this is replaced by iron plow. Nowadays, total material or total structure is made up of iron because of the long life period. So, that's it for the lecture or today's class. If you have any doubt, any question, you can ask me. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you so much.